What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be a review of the Real Housewives of Miami season 6 episode 14. So we start this episode off. Nicole is here. Dr. Nicole has arrived. Yes, with her glam. I love Dr. Nicole. She has arrived. And, Julia comes by the room to give her a play-by-play of what she missed at the dinner and the naked men's with the bunny ears. So then the ladies are getting dressed to go to the chapel to go pray to Our Lady of Guadalupe. Now listen, I grew up Catholic, so I understand how important all of this is and what the symbolism is of the different saints and what they stand for and all of that. And just like I said when we on this last episode of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I'm not here to to tell anybody what their faith should or should not be. I'm not here to tell anybody like how they should or should not worship. Like that is just not my um that's not my testimony. But what I will say is I do think that when you are going into somebody's place of worship, even if it is not your faith, I do think there should be a level of respect and decorum. Sometimes, like, if you can't find a way to be stylish and cover your ass up, then you need to go back to the drawing board. Because let's be clear, being fashionable and being stylish does not equate being naked. Like Larsa and them boobs hanging over that top that she had, talking about, oh well, I did bring a jacket. Girl, you don't have a shirt that covers up your boobs. Like literally, I didn't understand it. Lisa got a whole midriff situation going on, and I'm sure it had somebody's designer name on it. I'm sure all of that was the situation, but again, I ain't telling nobody they have to follow my faith, but I think the expectation when you're going into a place of worship. I don't know. I just thought it was a little disrespectful. And like I said, if you can't find a way to be fashionable and be covered up, then you don't understand fashion. That's just me. Um, Adriana didn't go. They said that she was resting up. I feel like Adriana went off to a real rehearsal instead of that for camera rehearsal that she did the day before. I mean, I think that was a real rehearsal, but I also think that the cameras were there and they needed to get footage of her fucking it up so that when she got it right, they would be like, oh my gosh, she did so great. So I really feel like that's where she was. She was at a real rehearsal. But that was cool. She needed to be. Um, so we find so the after the chapel, I think that did they go eat? Where did they go? They went back to the after the chapel. I think they went back to the hotel to change their clothes for the gondola ride. And again, that was all the more reason for your ass to be covered up at the church because you had an opportunity to go back and change your damn clothes. But anyway, on the ride there, we find out that Julia is not religious at all. She stopped short of saying that she was atheist, but she said that after her son died, we got that story, her first season about her son and how she left her son with the nanny and how he passed away. They said it was shaken baby syndrome, and she blames herself for it. And she says that um, and I'm gonna throw Dr. Nicole in it too, because I know y'all gonna be like, well, Dr. Nicole had on a crop top and she could have covered up too. But Dr. Nicole had on a sweater that she buttoned up when she went in there. But okay, cool. I'm gonna give you that too. Okay, fine. Anyway, because I already know people gonna be like, you just like Dr. Nicole, so you didn't say anything. Okay, you're right, I didn't. But I'm gonna add her too. Anyway, but Julia was saying that, basically, I'm gonna go ahead and go to this chapel, but I just don't. This just not my faith. And she said, I just felt like, and I really feel like she did what a lot of people do when they go through things in their life and they sort of blame God, or they feel like God wasn't there to stop it or help them get through it afterwards. And again, I'm not here to tell that woman about her faith and her walk and what she went through and how that affected her. I'm certainly not here for that. When they were in the church, Gertie had a very raw moment. She was crying. She said she was scared, and I think that is real and that was raw. And I gotta respect that. I can't do nothing but respect that. She felt like there was a moment. She felt like they bonded in that moment because Larsa was holding her, Alexia was holding her, and they were like crying together. And she really felt like there was a moment there. reason why I hesitate with the moment is because I knew before I even saw it, I was like, they're gonna be fighting in an hour. But okay. Julia's flirting. When I first met Julia in season one, I honestly was like, this is ridiculous. She's doing too much. That is so disrespectful to Martina. Now I realize this is just who Julia is. Martina knows this is who Julia is, and I think Martina does not care. Like, I didn't know Julia, and I felt some kind of way with her and Adriana stuff, but now I'm like, girl, Julia ain't tripping. Like, plus Julia looked like Martina looked like she a player. I feel like Martina a player. I feel like Martina a player. But anyway, neither here nor there. When we're back at the hotel, we see that Lisa is sort of at the end of the road with her settlement with Lenny. She said that they basically her lawyer was like, I need you to sign it. I talked to Lenny's lawyer, and as soon as you sign it and get it back to me, it is a wrap. Like, this is it. That's it. Your settlement is done. I don't think Lisa is 100% happy with the settlement for two reasons. One, because it's final. That's not the final divorce, but that's like a big hurdle to the end of the road, which is the divorce. Two, I think that in Lisa's mind, I just think that she always felt like there was more to get. I don't know what the settlement entails. I don't know what Lisa walked away with. But if her lawyer is telling her, girl, sign this paper. Girl, sign this paper. I feel like that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he felt like this is the best we gonna get. Lenny calls her, and Lenny says that he wants to add one final thing to the settlement. Now, in this settlement, I believe he was giving Lisa a house, or he's giving her money to buy a house, or however that's supposed to work. He said, well, I don't want you to permanently move a man into that house. And Lisa was like, wait a minute, so you're trying to tell me that I can't have a man live with me, but what about your girlfriend? And his response was, well, I pay for it, so, like, you ain't paying for this. I'm paying for this. And this is my stipulation. Now, my opinion, I told y'all from the beginning, I think the way Lenny has been handling this has been some bull hockey, and I think he's an asshole. Full stop. However, Lisa has a way of being dramatic and taking something and exaggerating. I don't know if Lenny said it in those uncertain terms. I don't know if Lenny point blank said, I don't want anybody else moving in for as long as my kids are there. Maybe he did. I don't know. Because, Lenny's an ass. I guess anything can be negotiated and anything can be added, but the fact that he didn't put it in and he went behind his attorney's back and Lisa's attorney to call her directly to say he wanted that added, I wouldn't have went for it. I'd have been like, hell no, it ain't in the agreement. Let me hurry up and sign the agreement as is, because, we ain't adding no addendums. Now, Lisa did do that, and I'm sure she called her attorney, and I'm sure she had an off-camera conversation. But when they got on the van, on their way to the gondola ride, Lisa is letting them know, I got to read over this paperwork, I got to sign it, and she did sign it. I'm sure she did an electronic signature, because she did it while they were on the van. And she said, I just feel empty. I just feel like something is gone. And I get it. Like, listen, I get it. And when they first got on the gondola, all the ladies rallied around Lisa. Lisa was crying. She said, it just feels like a final. It feels really, really hard. It just feels like a lot. And everybody is there for Lisa, okay? They are all comforting her. They get it. They understand. Everybody, most of the people at that table have been through a divorce. And so they get it, Then Emilio Estevez calls, so they, have the FaceTime call with him. Yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm ready for the party. I'm ready for the performance, blah, blah, blah. Then I want to say what happened next. I don't know. Lisa started arguing again. So as she starts talking about again what she's going through and how empty she feels and how final everything is. So then they're riding along and they see these like shanty houses, like these shanty towns. And they start talking about the houses and how, how poor the people are, obviously, if they live in a house like that. And they said, well, but I bet you they're happy. I bet you they don't get caught up in materialistic things. I bet you they've got love. I bet you they're happy. Now, I understood what they meant in that moment, but Kiki got offended because she was like, look, I grew up like this. Like, this is the type of house that I lived in growing up in Haiti, that my grandmother lived in. And for them to be talking like, oh, well, I'm sure they're happy. Like, she was like, it just it felt very hollow in that moment. Like, it kind of, and so Kiki got offended, right? So Kiki is upset, and Lisa decides they're like these dogs that are like out there, like these. I don't know if they were wild dogs or not. Like, I don't know. Lisa was like, oh, they look hungry. They look hungry. Let me feed them. Now, Lisa is literally just throwing burritos and tacos over there. You know what I mean? The guy that is guiding the gondola tour is telling her to stop. He's telling her to stop. The ladies are telling her to stop. Now, my thing is this. In the moment, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but if the man that's the tour guy is telling you to stop, there's a reason why he's telling you to stop. And the fact that Lisa kept doing it, I think is part of the problem. Like, the man told you to stop. There's a reason. And the ladies were telling you to stop. Now, Lisa got mad, and instead of just sitting down and stopping, her response was, well, this is the best food that they get. This is better than what they probably eat. And that set Kiki off. Kiki was like, what are you talking about? Like, how do you know what they're eating? How do you know what they get fed? Well, they're poor. They looked hungry. I'm helping. I'm trying to feed the poor dogs. I'm trying to feed the dogs. And it's like, it's sort of like when you go to the zoo and they say, don't feed the animals. You know what I mean? It's like, don't do that. And if the man who's guiding the tour is telling you to stop, just fucking stop. So Kiki starts going off on her. Her and Kiki get into it. Lisa stands up on Kiki, and Kiki tells her, girl, don't stand up on me. Like, where I come from, that's fighting words. You stand up on me, it's going to be a problem. So Lisa stands up and puts her hands on her hip and says, what do you, like, basically, and I'm standing up, what? And I said, girl, you don't want that smoke. Like, I really feel like the only thing that saved you, Miss Lisa, is that y'all were on a whole boat. Had y'all been at a restaurant on land, baby, you ain't want what Kiki was trying to give you. And even Larsa was like, girl, you asking for something that I don't know if you think you're ready for. Like, you asking, and I don't know if you really know what you asking for. Like, go sit down. So Kiki told her to sit down. Kiki kept telling her to sit down. Lisa wouldn't sit down. Lisa kept talking shit. So Kiki threw a juice box at her. He threw a juice box at her. Oh my gosh. Now all of a sudden, here come the Karen. You assaulted me. That's assault. I'm calling the police. I could press charges. That is assault. How dare you assault me? And Kiki is like, girl, I told you to sit down and I told you to stop and you kept going. She was like, that ain't nothing. Like, you need to calm down. So her and Kiki are going back and forth. She told Kiki to shut the F up. Kiki told her to shut the F up. She told Kiki to shut the F up. Kiki told her to shut the F up. And they went back and forth, baby. Kiki stood up. And like I said, the only thing that was saving Lisa's ass was that they were on a whole boat. Because I feel like if they were on land, Kiki probably would have sprung across that damn table and got to Lisa's ass. Okay? Everybody is trying to tell Lisa to stop. Like, they all realize that this is escalating, and everybody is telling Lisa to stop. And now Lisa's mad, talking about, why are you telling me to stop? She assaulted me. She said she hit me. She threw the juice box at me, and that is assault. You don't get to do that. That is assault. Baby, everybody was looking at Lisa like, girl, if you don't sit down. And Larsa, broken clock is right twice a day. Larsa said, this ain't about no damn juice box. This ain't about no dogs. This is about Lenny. And this is about her signing that damn document. That's what this is about. So, baby, they tried to pray. They're gonna say, look, we went to the church earlier today. Can we just pray? Can we just agree to move forward and pray? So they try to get into a prayer circle. Lisa won't get into the prayer circle with them, child. Lisa said, I'm good. Lisa was like, I'm good. And they were like, come on, Lisa. Come on, Lisa. Lisa said, I said I'm good. So they tried to pray, baby. They're going to let Adriana pray. And her prayer was so bad. that it started, that it looked like it started thunder and lightning, child. So then they told the gondola driver, look, it's really time to go back. Like, it's thundering and lightning. They arguing. Child, it's time to turn this boat around, okay? Now, I feel like the boat only went in one direction because I don't feel like, I think his name was William. I don't think he ever turned that damn gondola around. He said, listen, they paid me to go around this big ass circle and I'm gonna go around this big ass circle. I'm not turning this shit around. And maybe he couldn't. Maybe they're only allowed to go in one direction. Child, I don't know. But baby, I don't feel like he ever turned that gondola around. Okay, because the Larsa gonna tell Lisa. She gonna tell Lisa, don't mess it up. Cause talk about her new boyfriend. She said, don't mess it up with your new boyfriend. Cause I mean, he's a really good guy, Jody. She said, and then she gonna say, see, Larsa, the problem with Larsa is Larsa be saying shit and she good. But then she always go too far. Telling Lisa, don't mess it up with Jody. He's a really good guy. Girl, you should have just stopped it right there. That was right there is where you stopped, Lisa. That was the stop sign. Oh, but no. You had to run right through the damn stop sign, and that's why your ass got into an accident, okay? Because then she gonna say, because I don't think anybody else is gonna put up with you. What she say that to Lisa for? Baby, Lisa said, F you. Lisa was like, girl, I'm just saying. Larsa be acting so innocent. She be really acting like she is so innocent. And Larsa be saying some shit. Girl, you ain't had to add that last part, Larsa. That's why people be cussing you out. Because that was an unnecessary part that you added. You didn't need to add that, ma'am. Next thing you know, they start seeing people hanging from the trees. They're not real people, but they're like these mannequins or whatever. Then they see these babies. And the guy tells a story about some man saw somebody drown and the person kept coming in their dreams, so they figured if they would put the babies in the swamp, then the spirit would have somebody to play with and would stop visiting him in his dreams. And then he just kept bringing more and more and more. Well, of course, this triggers Julia, which I don't even have the experience Julia had, and I was like, this is creepy as hell. Turn this shit around. And that's why I know William ain't never turned that damn gondola around. Because if William had turned that gondola around, when they asked him to turn that gondola around, they would have never seen all this shit. Because they didn't pass it going down. So they wouldn't have passed it going up if he had turned it around. I said, William, I see you. William said, we gonna finish this ride. I don't know how much Bravo paid William, but William was like, oh, we're gonna finish this ride. Okay, that's it. Baby, that was the end of the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.